and etc. 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 Let's go to the How y'all doing, my ride and die? How y'all doing? Happy holidays. Oh yeah, happy holidays. I'm sorry I can't be on live talking to you guys. I just wanted to just say that I did post and I did all the shout outs for this season. I hope you check out the videos. I shout out just about everybody that I felt deserved. Well, for the Levi for Kelly one, I just hope everybody didn't take that one. All I'm telling Levi is that love and hate cannot be friends. Meaning that you either love one or you hate the other. Either you're going to be about Robert Sylvester Kelly on his good side and on his righteous fight, or you his enemy. That's what I was saying in the video. For those of you who did not understand what that video was about, let me explain that to you. You know, Levi been dealing with a lot of time on the other side, and then he's coming hard for Brother Terrell, Brother Kevin Terrell, DJ Tyson. And I always figured why he's going so hard for this brother, why he calling so hard for him. So I come to my conclusion in the closing of the season finale is that is the reason why he's going behind this brother so hard, because if you notice, it's always been exposure of these people's backgrounds that has been every time they mad at each other, they exposing each other's background, and I wonder why you hiding behind the camera so much and you don't really want to identify who you are. So now we know. And the reason I gave Brother Terrell that shout out, because in the beginning I thought he was the enemy. I thought he was out to do whatever maybe he was. You know, the brother was looking for a come up, you know, and he wanted to make his name here on YouTube. So this is where he was going to make his money. So he knew that it was a smart move. I mean, hey, if that's what he needed to do to get his name out there and to be the men that go after the criminals behind the Robert Sylvester Kelly enemies. You know, the Robert Sylvester Kelly enemies. Because if you look at it, even the women got criminal backgrounds, or they have a loved one that's right now got some serious I would say felonies or whatever, or they have a criminal background of doing something, and maybe their family's been paid by the government to come on YouTube and make all this noise about Robert Sylvester Kelly is guilty, Robert Sylvester Kelly raped young girls, and he was a pedophile, and all this other stuff. They're out there putting now, everything is starting to show. So for those that I did give shout outs to, even for Prima Donna, you know, all them people, I mean, sincerely from my heart, they deserve your blessings for the holiday. They worked hard throughout the season, throughout this entire year, and the year is coming to an end, and I just want to make sure they appreciate it for all the hard work that they put in. They didn't have to, but they did it out of the goodness of their heart, and I think that people should reward them for their good works, and that's the way I feel. Even Brother Terrell, okay? Forget all that stuff about him being a baby killer and all that stuff. That stuff was whatever, how many years ago, whatever, so if that brother was really, like, afraid that he was going to be put in jail or whatever they want to say, for whatever that thing was that supposedly happened, he wouldn't be out here showing his face. Don't you think that family and everything would have been came for him or whatever? I mean, think about it, people. Use your common sense. Okay? His record probably been expunged, or he's probably just did his time, and the brother is just out on the street making a life for himself and everything. Because I remember when Terrell started on the Kel's team or whatever, and before he came on YouTube, I remember him driving around doing pickups for people. So I guess he was either driving for some kind of car service or whatever for people, picking them up at their door. Yes, my husband did that kind of work. My husband used to work for those people they handicaps or whatever, and they have to go pick them up at certain locations and take them to and from their house. In New York, they call it accessoride. here in the state that I live in, they call it SEPTA. They have their own, little bus transportation, and they go pick up these people from door to door, whatever like that. And they take them from and to whatever appointments or wherever they need to go shopping or whatever, because they don't use mass transportation, which means they can't really be on, because they have disabilities or whatever like that. So they pick them up or whatever. So I believe that was his job before he decided that he wanted to do his own thing, and he enjoyed doing whatever he do on social media at the time. And then when he came along and started becoming a ride and die supporter for the Robin Sylvester Kelly team. I'm gonna just say it like that. Here on YouTube, joined us on YouTube, and like I said before, he comes kind of hard, he comes rough, people misunderstand the brother, but until you know where he comes from, until you know the root of everything, then you will understand where he comes from. Not saying the brother don't have any love for humanity, and not saying that the brother is not about peace, and not about, taking care of everybody and doing what he got to do. He only thinks about himself, because he did share with us his family. He did. I seen when I was watching when the protesters were getting ready and they was out there protesting this past summer. When he brought to YouTube and everything, he went to go stop by his family and see his mother and check on his family and stuff. He did see, introduce his little great niece or nephew, and then he also shared with us about, the new member to his family. One of his children had a new baby and stuff like that. So I said, bless that family for the holidays, and God is good. God is like, the reason I'm wearing this right now, because my house is it's right now, the heat is just like too much. I told my husband he gonna have to fix this thermostat, because it's too much in here. I can't keep no more. Maybe it's just me. But it's him too, because he be talking about he hot too, so we gotta fix that thermostat. So and it's sooner or later it's gonna be time for us to get a new, to install a new boiler, water heater downstairs or whatever like that. It controls the hot water and things like that in the house. So we're gonna eventually have to reinstall, install a new one. So having a house is a lot of work, but hey. But anyway, so like I was saying and stuff about Brother Terrell, blessings for him for Christmas, and I meant that sincerely from my heart. I didn't understand him in the beginning. I didn't understand why a man was up there hitting my mother effing cash apps, and y'all better send me, calling women bees or whatever. But, when you around trash all the time, trash get in your eyes. You can't see the good sisters from the bad sisters, because there's so much trash out there. Yeah, it is. I'm just keeping it real. There's a lot of trash. You hear how some of these women talk on YouTube, and I know I had my moment too, where I had to say some things that usually is not part of my vocabulary, but I just had to go there because they were bringing that garbage to my channel, so I just had to run the devil out, And sometimes they don't understand that you don't go on people's channels. I mean, if I don't got nothing nice to really say to you, I just stay away from you. That's it. I mean, I know because I used to be subscribed to the Bowski's channel, and I said it many times before. I did when I first started with the Bowski. I had really believed in him, and I was really there to support what he was doing, but I wasn't going to continue to stay there and be disrespected. I'm sorry. I could not take the disrespect that he was giving me. I'm his elder. I'm old enough to be his older sister, I would say. I don't know about being his mom, but I could be his older sister. And it is what it is. And I tell a lot of people, I'm not as young as everybody think I am. I'm getting up there. I'm an elder. I'm like 50... I'm in my early 50s, and I'm getting up there. I'm old enough to not have to tolerate that type of disrespect from anybody that's under me. He's a young man, and you shouldn't have to be disrespected by anybody, regardless of the age or whatever. But I'm just saying, as a young man, to talk to me in the way he has spoken to me and the things he has done to me, even when him and Brother Terrell was having feud on YouTube, and it was, threatening one another and saying the things, and both of the behavior was wrong, but at least one of them was willing enough to at least listen to what I had to say, and without making a threat to me and using cuss words, and even if the brother didn't agree with what I said, he didn't cuss me out, he didn't say anything rude and disrespectful. So I I was able to give him back that respect. You know what I mean? And at least work, because I know it takes time. Things been in you for a long time, and you getting up there in age and stuff like that, and now dealing with this kind of work that he is pursuing, and he's going to have to deal with some type of people that's going to come on his platform or come to him, call on the phone and say certain things. So, it is what it is, but it'll get better as time grows. You keep the brother encouraged. Like I said, just continue to keep him encouraged and continue to help work with him as he continue to grow in his endeavors. And the same thing for the sisters that I gave a shout out to my young sister Prima Donna. Excuse me, and she's done some wonderful research, and she's been staying on top of things, finding new things, bringing it to us, finding new things, bringing it to her. And she got a busy life behind her, and she have goals, she have dreams too, and she doing this to work towards those goals, which is, I already know, on her own truck and her food and everything, and it ain't nothing wrong. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm burping. I had something to eat, and I'm just like a little, But I'm just saying, for that young sister and everything, that young lady and stuff, she has a family, she has children, and I'm pretty sure she has a partner with her to help her with her kids, and he's probably doing mostly, like, maybe working whatever out there and stuff, and bringing mostly home, being the head of the household, because she just had a baby. She has a young child, so she really can't be leaving her children in no child care and people messing with your kids and all that other stuff. And I can understand that, at least enough until the child is old enough to say some words, and at least if she asks the child some things, the child can tell her stories or tell her whatever went on for her day. I worked in early care, and I'm going to share the experience with you with things that I didn't like, okay? That's why I got out of it, because I didn't like really having to work with children, especially infants. I thought they were more vulnerable. When people start feeling on them and doing little things to them, they can't talk for themselves. They can't really tell you what is happening in the people, what the people that are in their care are doing. You understand? So you got to be careful with sending more really, really young children to a child care center. So if you're really not financially, your family is if you and whatever partner you have, or your husband or your spouse, and y'all don't have the resources right now, don't start having children until y'all, at least one of y'all could be home with the children for whatever time it takes. I mean, that's the way I think. Well, actually, the woman, because I don't never believe in no man staying home taking care of no kids. I just really believe that's the woman's role to play. So if she's going to have a family with you, brothers out there, whatever like that, make sure you both are financially secure enough that you will be able to plan for your children's education and their future, and at least the fact that your spouse can stay home and raise her own family, until the child is old enough to go to preschool, and they have words, they can speak a certain amount of words, and they can express certain things to you. They just things like that. I mean, I worked in the early care field, and I worked as a preschool teacher, and I worked in a center, which was an early learning center, and I worked with families that were wealthy, mostly families that were wealthy, and they had pretty good incomes, and they put me in the infant room. I was like, nah, I ain't doing no babies. I ain't holding no babies all day. And I just feel babies are very vulnerable, and I think even when they small, like 3-4 years old, they know how to say certain things. They could say, well, I potty, so-and-so touched me, blah, 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 so even when I was raising my nephew, I used to always say to him, I said to my nephew and everything, even though my nephew, he didn't go to child care. None of the kids in my family went to child care like that when they were infants and young like that. It was always an elderly person that we had in the family that took care of the babies at home. Was there for the babies when they were really young. Yeah, because they was retired and they were home, and that's where they went. They went to their family, so they ain't go to these people, because we don't know these people. You don't know what people doing to your kids and stuff like that. So you got to be careful with that. And I worked as an early care. I was a preschool teacher. I have a certificate in education. I have an education certificate. I could teach all the way up until middle school. Okay. I could teach all the way up into middle school. Yes, that's where I have that, and I also have a business, business finance. I have a degree in business finance, so I work in that arena. But I did both. So I'm just letting people know out there about some of the things that I did witness and stuff like that with working with young children. Also I wanted to just talk about Spitting Fire, and also with Sky Zone. I rocked with these two beautiful, strong sisters since this whole R. Kelly thing started, and they opened up they used to do their uploads, their videos, and I came along with them. Spitting Fire, her work was always with dealing with the injustice being done to black men and men in general, injustice towards men. She was keeping us informed about some of the laws, what they're doing to have men incarcerated for crimes they may not have committed, on sex crimes and things like that. So she was keeping us informed on that. That was her platform when she opened up her platform. So she came with the Bill Cosby and what was going on with R. Kelly and some other, keeping us up in the light about what was also taking place with Cuba Gooding Jr. And every time a celebrity male or black male or Epstein and all these other people that were being, attacked or under attack for sex crimes and against men, not having their rights, and a woman just come and say they could say, oh, he raped me, and even though she probably was a willing participant, they could still make it look like he did take it, use some sexually assaulted her or sexual misconduct. Okay, I would just say it that way. So I wanted to appreciate what she does, and I just wanted people to be out there to also give their love offering, their gifts for the holidays. I'm not asking you to give a whole lot of money. Even if you don't have money to give, just go to their platforms and support what their goals are and what their endeavors are. You could do that. I know a lot of people are struggling right now financially. I'm struggling financially, and I have a husband, and my husband is working double time just to pull some of the balls up in here, because I don't make a lot of money for what I do, which I should be, but I don't. And with all the other bills that be piling up over our head and stuff, he's the head of the household. Just put it that way. He's the man, and he enjoy working anyway. He enjoys it. He's a hard-working man, and I thank God for him, because that's what he do. That's what he do. And if he wasn't, believe me. Anyway, okay. But moving on, who else did I want to acknowledge and celebrate that has been in the R. Kelly support, one of the R. Kelly supporters? Basically, I think that is about it. I did those 5 people. Like I said, go to their platforms. If you here subscribe to me, you know who you might, sometimes spend a lot of time on their platforms, and they bringing you research or information. Support those channels. I'm just saying, support these people in their work, and be kind and give what you can. Yes, that's what I said. And I don't know too many others. Oh, one that we do got coming up right now. He's not. Him and his wife, and I don't understand why I didn't give them a shout out. They knew, and they do some great research, teamwork, and everything else. As Senator Sane and speeding with time, reality, speeding with time, or speeding time, reality, and time. That platform, it's the husband and the wife. They team together, and I believe they both work together and doing research and stuff like that. And it's beautiful, and they bring spiritual talk along around it as well. I guess she's there to keep him strong spiritually, as far as he going out here on these platforms, and when he talking to people, and some of these Jezebels be out there and everything trying to hit up on your man. So she's like there to guard. She's like the queen. You gotta guard your heart. You gotta guard your heart. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, because you don't know these Jezebels out here. That's why my husband don't be up on here. No. I be like, yeah, baby, come and do it. But he be protecting me. He be like, nah, baby, you do your thing. Yeah, your R. Kelly stuff. I chill. You know, that's okay. You know, he says, I know you can handle yourself with that mouth of yours. they only know. He says, please, they think that smile and all that stuff is so... He said, boy, they get you mad. They ain't gonna wish they never did. Because I know you will set it off. You know, because I mean, come on, I grew up in New York, and you know, I had to walk the mean streets, and I ain't never had no crowd with me. I was always trooping by myself. I mean, I know a lot of people from all different places and walks of life in New York City, and from different boroughs, and you know, not even in the boroughs, somewhere out in the suburbs. So I did a lot, and even though I come from a big, large, huge family, I didn't, you know, it wasn't always about like, I'm a family person anyway, but I'm saying, like, I was never, like, even when sometimes I partied, sometimes I left my friends behind and went by myself. Yes, I did. You know, I said, I'm a trooper. I can't be with everybody because then I can't really, like, see where I'm going and know where I'm at. And, you know, my mind get all messy and crazy and stuff. Hearing this voice telling me this and that voice telling me that. I just stay straight on my path. That's it. If I'm out on a mission to do something, I just like to do it alone and just like to... You know, then I could see this one on my right, I could see this one on my left, and I know what's behind me, and I know what's up in front. That's the way it is with me. I don't play that crowdedness stuff, because I get messy. I be all over the place, and then that's when, you know, I lose sight of everything. So that's why I tell people and everything, you know, it's not always so good to follow a crowd. Like I was just sharing with Sky on her platform today about people think just because I be here on YouTube, and I'm doing these videos, but every day I'm out there. If I come across somebody in the supermarket, at the bank, if I'm at the mall, if I'm just going to the gas station to get some gas, I be talking to people and telling people about what's going on about Robert Sylvester Kelly. Believe me, I be giving them they be like, really? You know, like people I be meeting places and stuff, I be telling people about the injustice being done to this man. I just got off a live on my Facebook page not too long ago, and I was sharing that information. Some people asked me about and I told them about channels they could go to. I said, if I am going to send you to a channel, I'm going to send you to the best. Okay, so Prima Donna, Senator Sang, y'all better be looking out for some new subscribers that's coming to your channel, because I gave you a shout out on my Facebook page. That's what I do. And when I talk to people out on the street, that's what I do. I only gonna direct them to the best, where they can get information, research, and everything of what's going on, all that's taking place around Robert Sylvester Kelly. If you're doing like, you know, certain people doing ratchet shit and all that other stuff, I ain't even sending nobody to you to mess my folks up. Come on, I'm sending you to the best. You know, for Robert Sylvester Kelly, I only want the best. That's it. You know, you want to build your channel up, you need people to go out there and promote your work. You got to have certain character. You got to be doing the work that is really reaching out to the people, to help the people that don't know about what's going on and educate them on what's going on. So then you can tell them where they can get more and more information from the platforms out here that are sitting on their platforms, and they doing research and giving information about the injustice being done to Robert Sylvester Kelly. So I'll just let you know, just because you don't see me running to the protest, doing this, that, and the other, if I can't make it, sometimes I send my financial support. If I that's what I do. And God is my witness. Okay, God is my witness that I do my stuff alone. Just like I told Senator Sain on one of his in his comment and everything, even if I have to walk them streets by myself to fight against the injustice for Robert Sylvester Kelly, that's what I do. I even do it on my job. When people come at me and I say, wait, didn't I run, you know, the things down that y'all showed me and some of the things that y'all pulled out and said about these people, because all these people got criminal backgrounds. So you know this ain't nobody but the government setting this whole thing up, even the people from the other side. I just found out this beautiful young lady seems so well and so, you know, educated, whatever, is a criminal. I mean, no, she's not a criminal. Just found out that a relative of hers, a child of hers or whatever, got a background. But they up here exposing stuff about and saying bad, horrible. They should be on this side. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's like good and evil. You know what I'm saying? That's why I did that to back to Levi for Kelly. I say either you love or you hate. You know what I'm saying? You can't say you love the brother, but you on the side where they hating the brother. You know, you can't. You got to choose one or the other. You know, it's not. It doesn't go like that. Love and hate can never be friends. But okay. So with all that being said, I just wanted to just give you the whole conclusion of everything that I've done today, why I did the shout outs on each and every last one of these people for the holiday. These people have earned their work. They put in hard work, you know, and I say Sky Zone, you know, she had her, you know, whatever, this, that, and the other, with things that happened on her platform in the year. But, you know, she's still holding it down. You know, she know how to make you laugh through their pain. She also know how to give good conversation to you on her platform and give you a good understanding about why things that's going on and everything. So I think she deserves just as much of your support, and continue to keep her lifted and keep her encouraged in what she's doing. Because everybody brought a great, you know, part of what they do to this whole thing, to this whole entire, even myself. But I'm not asking you. My gift is to you all that we all can just work together, get along. You know, we can just build and continue to grow and just move forward. That's it. That's my gift. That's my blessing. That is my blessing. So I'm not, you know, like I said, after this whole R. Kelly thing is over, because I know this was a calling for me to do this, and spiritually, whatever, use my spiritual gifts, and I'm blessed. You know, believe me, I'm blessed. You know, your blessings come in all kind of other ways. It's always, never always just money. But I'm blessed. Yes, I am. I have you know, I don't really like to boast about it, but I have a great husband. He takes very good care of me. You know. Oh, I love this song. This love making, baby, it's so real. Oh, the time by the fireplace. I'm gonna get off this thing. Oh, my battery is low, so I'm gonna have to get out of here, okay? So until then, your girl Casey McDaniel, she's out. Peace.